Humanity consistently refuses to accept the truth of its position, its status, its limits, its place within a hierarchy. In the Torah, motherhood is not a symbolic or emotional ideal. It is a biological and a structural function. There is no theological category called mothers. There are women who give birth, and the text advances through them. Every named woman is a code, a role, a function, an appearance on the timeline. This stands in direct opposition to the modern idea of a mother as a being of unconditional love. Rebecca is not an exception. She is a declaration. With Rebecca, the mechanism becomes explicit because she articulates out loud what every mother in the Torah enacts structurally. Continuity does not pass through birthright. It passes through conditions. But before returning to Rebecca's story, this video pauses to establish the code itself as it appears in the first 5 books alone. The word mom is a late human invention. The biblical word em consists of only 2 letters. Aleph, representing what precedes creation, a dimension prior to duality. Mem, water, upper and lower, and the tension created by their reflection. Already in the word em, we find opposition, tension, and resistance between 2 worlds. Later, the letter nun will be added, the descent into the lower waters, into our world. And there, the entire movement connects to the concept of faith and to the word amen, which, when its letters are reversed, states its opposite. In biblical Hebrew, em, mother, and im, if, they are the same structural form, a conditional unit. A mother is not a mere source of nourishment. She is a threshold, a starting point from which something may develop or may not. If means only if, or under specific conditions. Motherhood in the Torah is not fertility. None of the 9 mothers is a natural mother. Each appears as a structural problem. Infertility, delay, competition, substitution, deception, intervention, disruption. Motherhood is never automatic. It is always conditional. The shared essence is this: the mothers of the Torah are not roots. They are gatekeepers. The mother tells the system. If the condition is met, continuity proceeds. If not, the line stops. That is why Hebrew never separates mother from the condition. Motherhood itself is the condition. This same structure applies to the earth. The earth functions as a systemic mother, not merely as a source of sustenance, but as a conditional environment. The earth does not promise development. It allows it if something is fulfilled, not a guarantee. The earth is not a destination. It is an intermediate stage. Like a womb, it restricts permits, but it is not meant to be inhabited permanently. A mother always stands between what already exists and what is not yet permitted to be born. Humanity emerges from the earth, but it is not complete. Existence here operates conditionally. If consciousness develops, there is a transition. If not, collapse, repetition, return. There is no continuation without conditions. This is why there is no mother in the Torah who does not interrupt, redirect, or endanger the line. And this is why the code resides only in the first 5 books. Later interpretations already dilute it. Ecclesiastes states, "The earth stands forever." The Torah states instead, "As long as the earth exists, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will not cease." One speaks psychologically, the other structurally. Not eternal existence, but uninterrupted cycles. The world does not progress forward. It holds motion, always holding tension. Up to this point, the structure holds. The seventh day is the threshold of the promise, a pause, a suspension, a point of completion that does not yet move forward. The eighth day is the condition. It is the moment when the system either crosses the threshold or collapses back into repetition. Here, the order either inverts or becomes trapped in an infinite loop. This is the double-edged sword, not punishment, not reward, a structural fork, continuation, or endless return. Already in Aramaic, the distortion becomes visible, not a corruption of intent, but the result of human thinking attempting to digest the Torah, a document that remains difficult to digest even today. Here is another clear opportunity for those who believe the figure associated with Jesus may have spoken Aramaic, but whose thought pattern is Hebrew. Try to recognize something more precise. The voice attributed to Jesus may sound Aramaic, but the code it operates from is Hebrew. Aramaic softens M into Ema, a phonetic cushioning, a gentler sound, a move towards something closer to the Sanskrit That sounds like the very first sounds of the world, a low, humming murmur, a vibration found across languages that describes only what is materially perceivable. The primal sounds every infant makes. Mother equals mater. Most languages name only the material aspect. This is the underlying basis of every framework that refers to the earth as mother. Latin goes slightly further. It recognizes potential. Materia means raw wood, basic substance, not dead matter, but matter awaiting form. And yet, no language holds the tension between heaven and earth, between condition and consequence. No language carries the truth that life itself contains death. That tension is preserved only in Hebrew. The code is not softened, not mediated, not reconciled. It simply contains. That is why Hebrew cannot be translated. Every translation attempts to dilute it, to soften, to console, to hide part of the truth. Why did the idea of unconditional maternal love emerge? Because it is a human defense mechanism. Human beings struggle to carry the reality that life is not guaranteed. The idea of unconditional maternal love did not emerge from linguistic truth, but from psychological necessity. Human beings struggle to live with the reality that life is not guaranteed, that continuation is not automatic, and that development requires conditions. Faced with this, consciousness creates compensation, the belief that at least one form of love must be unconditional. This belief does not describe reality, it soothes it. At a later cultural stage, the mother is reshaped into a purely protective figure. The condition disappears, responsibility is replaced by comfort, not because this model is accurate, but because it is easier to bear. Psychologically, development does not occur through total containment, but through calibrated tension. An organism grows only where there is a clear relationship between action and consequence. Too much pressure produces anxiety and paralysis. No pressure at all produces fusion, dependency, and stagnation. Growth happens only when an internal if exists. In healthy development, the mother does not flood the child with love. She regulates reality. She delays gratification, withholds response, introduces limits, and establishes boundaries. These are not acts of cruelty, but the very mechanisms that make curiosity, movement, and a separate identity possible. When a child is raised in an environment of total acceptance, without demand or threshold, the system learns that actions have no consequences. This results not in security, but in the erosion of responsibility, difficulty choosing, and prolonged dependency. What is often called unconditional love is not an existential principle. It is an emotional concept that removes structure. The self forms only where there is action, response, and condition. In simple terms, when I do something, something happens. Structure is what allows identity to emerge. Psychological birth is a transition from one set of conditions to another. Maturity is not the absence of limits, but the ability to tolerate limits without collapse. A mother, in this sense, is not an infinite embrace. She is the one who sets the stage for growth, if that makes it possible. When culture erases the idea of the mother as condition, people begin to seek comfort rather than thresholds. This is where development stops. This process functions like inoculation, controlled exposure in measured doses. The goal is not pain, but resilience. Minor frustrations, brief delays, and the absence of immediate response train the system to endure uncertainty. This is how delayed gratification forms, how resilience develops, and how a separate self comes into being. In contrast, systems that prioritize continuity over condition, such as collective structures in which motherhood primarily serves as a vessel for preservation, do not operate as gates of development, but as mechanisms of repetition. The difference is structural, not moral. In this sense, Arabic represents the furthest edge of distortion away from the code, not in a moral sense, but in terms of function, like light and darkness, life and death. Divinity is one, creation is dual. Without contrast, it cannot exist. In Arabic, the word for mother is closely related to the word for nation. This aligns with Islam's internal structure. There, the woman functions as a womb of continuity, a vessel for preserving the collective. The idea that the collective precedes the individual. This is the peak of distortion. Contained within it, it is the peak diminishment of feminine power. It nullifies that power without the capacity to understand it, the power of the female womb. This is the point at which the system prepares the ground for that power to reach its extreme, to bring the process to its end. In Christianity, this moment is called the Second Coming. And like many elements within Christianity, it knows how to foresee outcomes, but it does not understand the code. Which brings us back to Rebecca. Rebecca is the story of the sacrifice. The same structure we see today, fractured across political delusion between left and right. In the following video, we will continue to dismantle the code, one word at a time.